Okay, I hope this is working. I'm new to the live streaming thing. So the plan is I'm going to be doing hopefully a weekly writer's blog where I'm talking about just the different things that are going on in my different books and how the progress is going. So the first thing is my first book. It's a kid's book. It's a children's book. It is finished. The thing that we're doing now is we're adding. Sorry about the lighting; it's kind of going crazy. We are working on the illustrations now. Um, the software that we had really wasn't really working very good, so we got a new setup, and hopefully this is going to be what we're running. If it doesn't work, we'll have to figure out something else. It is finished. We're just working on the illustrations now, and it is a book called "What Did I Dream About?" It is about a little boy that wakes up and is trying to remember what he was dreaming about. And the idea of the story, the point of it, is to hopefully help. It's supposed to kind of encourage imagination. First off, that kids would think about possibilities. I think that's one of the greatest things that you can do in a kid's book, right? It's it just seems like it's better that way. And then it's also hopefully kind of help kids who don't really want to take a nap. That it kind of encourage them to think, instead of thinking about how I don't want to take a nap, encourage them to more think about like what they could dream about, and you know um, be thinking about stuff like that. And the text is finished. It's just a matter of finishing the illustrations, and I foresee that being done in the next couple months, and then we'll get it published, and I'll give updates as it becomes more relevant. The second thing is work on my first full-length novel is going pretty well, I think. I've written about 9,000 words so far. Not a whole lot, but I have the entire outline finished. So that's like, to me, that's a big victory. Once you get the outline figured out, it's just a matter of making the people making it more seem more real and believable. So that's what I'm working on now. Um, it kind of hops around a little bit. So I don't know what other writers do, but I was trying to write it in the order that I imagined it up here, hopping back and forth, and that wasn't working. So instead, I'm going back and writing it chronologically, and then I'm just going to move the parts around. And I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or not, but it seemed to work better for me. I think one of the hardest things that I'm dealing with in this is I know the character development that I want to happen for the main character, and I'm trying to see that. I'm trying to write that. And it's hard to write a character development. Like if it was just a flat character that stayed the same, that would be fine. Like there's actually another character that doesn't really have much time to do a whole lot of character growth. So I have to kind of develop the character without giving it much growth, and I'm finding that very difficult. um, Once again, some of these other people just seem to have such a good handle on it. And so this story is called Gambit. It's kind of Japanese culture inspired, but not really Japanese. So don't go into it expecting something faithful there. And it is more or less about um, growing older and um, things not going the way you want. Yeah, that's not really right. Let me just say what the story is about. Okay, the story is about a royal guard um, who is very faithful to the king, and without giving too much away, kind of causes a problem with the magic, and I can't really give any more else because it's it'll ruin the story. But that's as much as I can give without it doing something. So I'm pretty excited about this. Some things that I've done to help me stay kind of focused on writing. So if there's any other writers out there, is I have a once a week meeting that I have with other people who are trying to write, and it kind of just encourages me, and we kind of have competitions going on, and I tell them that I'm better than them. No, just kidding. But we do talk about, who's going to beat who and whatnot. And that's just kind of fun, keeps us on point. And then with my illustrator for the kids book that I'm trying to get the illustrations completely finished with, we are going to be meeting once a week to finish up those pages. So that's just where I'm at. I imagine in the future when I'm having these blogs, I'll talk about other things other than my updates for what I'm writing, but we'll see. So are you guys writing anything? How's that going? Do you have any tricks for how you do a character development, or do you not really focus that much on characters in your stories? So I'd love to hear back from you, and I'll put some out next week.